To make cob, you want to find an appropriate soil, and there are several different soil tests that you can do at home. For example, there's a jar test, there's the soil shrinkage test, and then this test here I'm going to show you how to do. This is a soil break test, and you're going to use these little PVC rings. These are about 2-inch diameter PVC rings I cut, about 3/8 of an inch in thickness, and we're going to fill these little rings with our soil samples. And just a point to note out here, this is just your rough subsoil. There's no aggregate or sand or anything added to this. This is just what was naturally found in the subsoil. So now that the soil disc tests are completely dry, we can do some tests. And this one in the middle, you can obviously see was not a very good soil. And I have used this soil for building cob. And when I did, I actually ended up mixing this soil with a soil more similar to one of these. And then that mixture turned out well. But this by itself is not a good soil for cob. It's very brittle. There's a lot of silt in this soil, and I'll just even break this one just to show you how easy that crumbles. Okay, so as compared to this one, I can just feel it. It's a lot stronger. You can scratch it with your fingernail. I can barely scratch this one, and I know I could break this. I just have a feel for it personally, but I can tell that this has the durability to make a good cob. I am going to try to break this one. It looks pretty brittle compared to this one even, but just to show you the difference. Now it does break easily, but not as easy as that one. And then this one over here, this soil is rather similar to this one. And again, I can't scratch it hardly at all. It's definitely got some durability to it. Let's try to break this one. Yeah, it's very similar to this one. But both of these would make for very good cob. Once you add some aggregate to it, these are going to dry very solid. And they break really easily when they're in such thin, small disc form. But if you had a big piece of any of this soil, it would be really hard to break. And I think I've made cob with this soil, and it's very good cob. So hopefully this gave you some ideas and information on what to look for in a soil for making cob.